Me. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my videos do not resonate with you, please do not try to make them fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. I hope everyone is doing well. A little while ago, I did a Taurus reading. I told you I was going to double back, and I'm going to get the Scorpio reading out because it is necessary. I have had to take a sabbatical. Then I had to get some orders out in the background, and here I am. Let me tell you, here I am. So we're going to dive into the Scorpio reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to move along as quickly as I can, and this is how we're going to do this. I hope everyone is doing well. Listen, let me tell you earlier, if you were here for the Taurus reading, Dawn, thank you. Welcome back. I was drinking coffee, right? Then my husband came home with a frappe, and now I have a frappe. Let me just tell y'all, ooh, you know, I can't put the whole cup up because, you know, when you do that, it's like you're supporting the people, branding, commercial, and listen, I ain't getting none of that. So I'm not going to put their cup up, right? I cleansed my space before I came to this reading. The only thing that I did not do was ring this bell. This reading is for the sign of Scorpio. We're going to do a sacred journey spread, and that is a 7-card spread. Scorpio, let me tell you, you're on the right path. However, the bell also went to the right. That means that you are going in the right direction. Scorpio, I'm so happy to see that it didn't go to the left, because that means you are moving forward. You're not trying to go backwards. So that's a good sign. We're going to start off with this deck right here. I only want one card from it. Every time I say that I want one card from a particular deck, the spirits have a whole nother intention. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I can for the sign of Scorpio. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. This reading is for the sign of Scorpio, male or female. Scorpio, male or female. Spirit guides, what do Scorpios need to know about their sacred journey? This is a 7-card spread. Ooh, Scorpio. All right now. You see these two fell over. I have to take them. Y'all saw them flipped over. I usually would not, especially when I'm trying to move through. This card is in reverse, but I'm not doing a reversal. If this was a private one-to-one reading, I would definitely do a reversal, but I cannot when there's more than one person here who is a Scorpio. You know, we have spiritual awakening as your first card. I love that for you, because that means somebody is wholeheartedly invested in themselves. This is somebody who is on their spiritual journey, and you're not playing any games. True story. This is spiritual awakening. I could be speaking to someone whose third eye is open. You don't hear me mention that much on this platform, because anytime someone's third eye is open, you don't need to brag about it. You don't need to discuss it with anybody. That's between you and your spiritual team. That's between you and the God you serve. You, your deities, your entities, your ancestors, your archangels, whomever the case may be, that helps you along your journey. When I hear people walking around talking about my third eye open, guess what happens? That shit closes right up. let me tell you, it's the truth. It closes right up, because it's not for you to brag about. That's your privacy. But we have spiritual awakening, and this is understanding the inner workings. This is interconnectedness. This is you really diving deep, understanding how things work within a system, because spirituality is actually a system. It's a true story. It's freedom, but it's a system of being free. The closer you get, the greater your power becomes strengthened. To be able to see, to be able to hear, to be able to feel, to be able to manipulate situations. A lot of people think that anytime that a person says manipulate, you think of that in the Ebonic way of saying it. Or she trying to manipulate me. He trying to manipulate me. He trying to control. But in the spiritual realm of things, when you manipulate, you get to move things, move mountains, the wind, the leaves on the tree. You get to sit back and allow your energy to do the work for you. You get to call in things that others may not ever get to do. You get to call on healing within yourself or in another person. Thank you so much for the rose. You get to do a vast amount of things. You get to speak to the trees. You get to allow the wind to blow to carry your messages. You know, when I was growing up, my grandfather would tell us to hug the tree. And when he would tell us to hug the tree, he said, as we would hug, you speak to it. You don't always go to the tree asking for anything, because that's selfish. But you can go to say hello. True story. You can go to say hello. And you can also ask for the desires of the soul. Scorpio, you have spiritual awakening, and that's a beautiful thing. For your first card to come out, that's somebody who's on their spiritual journey, and you're not going to stop. You're not going to stop, because you see the doors opening. You feel the doors opening, and you're hearing voices, messages coming to you, and you're being able to discern who the communication is from. And that's a beautiful thing. And this deck, for my religious people, we have Mary Magdalene. We have Mary Magdalene, and when she shows up, that's a sacred vessel. You are a sacred vessel. We are all sacred vessels. True story. That means that a person should always handle you with care. To never take anything less than someone, treating you with respect, because we are all sacred vessels. Real story. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. The answers dwell and live in all of us. In the Taurus reading, I spoke to Taurus about when a person goes to a tarot reader, a person that reads cards, you already know the answers that you're coming to a reading for, but you want a tarot reading because you're hoping that the reader is going to confirm what you're already feeling. That's our interconnected energy. That's actually you using your power, which you are unaware of. My husband and I, we just had this conversation the other day. I said, I can't stand when people do tarot, right? In a psychic or a mediumship reading. He said, why? I said, because before you go to the cards, I want to hear from whomever spiritual guides are coming through. I want to hear from those families. I want to connect. And then if the person wants me to go to the cards, I will. However, if you're somebody new and I've never did a reading for you before, and if you set an appointment with me and you taking a long ass time to give me a call, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to dig deep in your surroundings. There's a Scorpio here that you need to know that you are the vessel and you have great gifts. You are a sacred vessel. And anyone you encounter, take nothing less than somebody handling you with care. Respect. Plain and simple. We have Isis. Who doesn't love Isis? Well, if you don't know her, then you don't know. But Isis is a person, one of our deities, who helps us to reclaim our powers. Do y'all feel the shift that's happening? The shift is getting uncomfortable, but there's a shift happening all around us. But call your power back to you. Call your power and what is rightfully yours. I try to communicate with people here, and I try to give you as much information as I possibly can without trying to tip the scales of you going one way or the other. I'm going to make you the plate, but it's up to you if you want to eat it or not. You can walk away and let it rot. You can pick it up and you can eat it, but I will never tell anyone what to believe in versus what to believe in, because we're all on our own sacred journey. There is a Scorpio. Your powers are open. Spirit is telling them, or whomever I'm speaking to use them. Spirit is telling you to tell the universe that I call my power back to me and I'm reclaiming what's rightfully mine. Did you know it's so easy to say just that? There are many people who always ask me if I will teach a class, and I have strayed away from it because there was one person who I was showing, not teaching, showing how to reclaim their power. They kept getting annoyed with me all the way through, I promise you. It even led to arguments. It even led to me being accused of me holding them back or not teaching them enough. And then one day, this person said, I feel, I hear, I see, I can taste, I can smell. And you know what I said? I said, bitch, I'm Mr. Miyagi and you're Danielson. I said, so while you was doing all that complaining, that talking junk, getting annoyed because you felt like it was supposed to work like that. You had to do the work, and I just guided you to get there. It was always in you. And now this person hears, this person feels, this person sees, this person tastes, this person smells. And all you have to do is call your power back to you and to reclaim what's rightfully yours. It's a little more than that, but those are your beginnings, your humble and sacred beginnings. We have a Scorpio that we have Archangel Michael here. And Archangel Michael is one of my top 5 archangels. Yes, I do have favorites. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a lie, right? I have a top 5. And this one is in my top 5, but I will never tell you the number, how I hold them dear to me. I will not ever go in order because everybody is on their own journey. But Michael and Faith, this is your spiritual calling. I'm speaking to a Scorpio that this is your divine right. You are divinely protected. And there's a Scorpio who has received a breakthrough moment and you know who you are. But let me tell you, with these gifts, don't ever be cocky about them because they can be given and they can be taken. True story. They can be given, they can be taken. And anytime that I'm up here, you always hear me say, this doesn't belong to me. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me because I know that it can be given and taken away. True story. That's why I'm careful with whom I work with versus who I don't work with. Because you're never going to get me to pay for your karma. And that's a true story. Please believe me, I mean that. And I know some of you follow me who I have turned down readings for. Let me tell you, I'm never going to mess with a child molester. I'm never going to I'm never going to work with a rapist. I'm never going to work with anybody who hurts people on purpose. Let me tell you, I read energy. Yes, on my website, you book a reading, but I'll send you your money right back if I don't F with you. I connect with energy, and I'm never going to allow a person's energy to intertwine with mine just to make a couple of dollars if you're not right. True story. True story. But there is a Scorpio, and I have to say that I'm proud of you. Continue on your spiritual journey. The reason why I don't involve myself with partaking in helping people to open up is because I don't want to go through what I went through with a particular person. Arguments, rushing, not allowing something to be the way it's going to be. It's an experience of no other. And there is a line that you have to follow and that you're going to encounter on your way for your gifts to be woken up. And there are some things that are going to be comfortable versus uncomfortable. And when it becomes uncomfortable, you're going to feel like you've gone to hell and back. So for those reasons is why I have not tried to indulge myself, because the person that I work with, it was not easy at all. It wasn't. But there's someone, you are divinely protected, plain and simple, and you have already had a breakthrough moment. You have already had a breakthrough moment. Let's dive into this reading for the sign of Scorpio. This is going to be a sacred journey spread. This is a 7-card spread. This is a 7-card spread. And I want to say to whomever, welcome. Congratulations and welcome. Let me tell you, if I wasn't on camera, I would be crying with you because it's an experience and it's a lot that you're going to go through. I promise you that. Let me tell you, it's rules to this. Contrary to what a person tells you, it's rules to this. And if you haven't picked a side, it's time for you to pick a side. There's no right, there's no wrong on picking a side. You can walk on the right side, you can walk on the left. Spirituality is a no judgment zone. So there are many people who choose to walk on this side, and this side is where you're going to be a helpmate, plain and simple. There's another side where, guess what? You will be a helpmate, but you're going to take any and everybody to help, and you're not wrong for that. However, I have boundaries and I draw a line that I'm not going to help people who hurt people. So I walk over here. And I'm not going to lie, every once in a while, if you mess with somebody I love, I will be over here with you. But there's a thing that you have to understand and know balance. You have to know your power, when to pull back, or you can be taken away. Let me tell you. And you be careful going through your journey, because there are some entities that have come towards you and they'll make everything seem so good and feel so good and make you feel so special, and you'll be selling your soul and you'll give it away, not even understanding what you're doing. Before I helped this person, I said to them, listen, you have some gifts. They was like, I never knew that. I said, you do. And I feel them. I feel them and I know them. And they said that they didn't know. I said, well, let me take you on a ride of your life. And the one test that I gave, and when they were able to move and manipulate energy, I said, are you ready? Are you ready? That means you have already been chosen if you can manipulate energy. And they were ready. And they were ready. And that's a true story. When you walk on this side over here, these are jealous workers. These are jealous workers. I'm telling you, because there's somebody that already has special gifts. There are people who choose to walk over here, and these are people who are jealous, envious, and they are miserable, even having the gifts that they have, even with them being as powerful as they are. Because everybody that I've encountered, even if they're religious, they'll be like, I'm a dreamer. I see things. I just know things. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm just looking at them like, you're lying ass. I'm a prophet. I'm this, I'm that. That's what people do. But the people who choose to walk over this side, you have no control over self. You will not have control over yourself at all. Because ego always gets in the way. Ask me how I know. Because I walked over there. I've been over there. And I did enjoy it over there. Until I had enough. And I had to go and get help to get myself out of there. And a lot of people don't get themselves out of there. I just come from a family that has done all of this before. And I had a family that can make sure that I get to step on the proper side that I wanted to be on when I had enough. When I was walking over there, I felt like I was the shot caller. And I was. Until enough was enough. I had a team. I didn't have one person. I had a team that put me back over here. And that's why I stay the way that I am. And I'll never walk on that side for anybody, not unless it's my husband, my children, my grands, and that's it. Not my aunts, not my uncles. Well, one uncle, no cousins, none of them will I ever cross the line for. There is a Scorpio, and the energy is so strong that it's making me dizzy. The energy is strong. And I'm not a selfish woman. The person that I helped, they are stronger than I am. And I've been doing this since I was a child. And I knew when I helped them to open up their power, I told them straight up, you're stronger than me. And they was like, how was that when you're showing me? I said, I'm telling you what I know. There's no envy. There's no jealousy. But you need to pick a side. This person always says, you can say my name. I listen to your readings and I don't mind if you say my name. And I said, I won't do that. I won't do that. But this person, gifts are stronger than mine. True story. I'm speaking to a Scorpio that you're ready. But you have to go through some tests. And those tests are not going to be easy. I'm telling you. It's not going to be easy. Let's get to this reading, Sacred Journey. This is a Sacred Journey spread. It's crazy that I picked this reading to do for Scorpio because I'm like, what reading am I going to do for Scorpio? I just did Taurus, right? Ooh, Taurus. Taurus had a lot of wishes. 2-2 for Taurus. Now, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on here. I'm proud of somebody. Very proud. And I'm going to say welcome. 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 Although you're thinking about walking on the other side. Ooh, that's a luxurious side, let me tell you. But it's even more luxurious on the side that I stand on. But whatever side you take, welcome. Welcome. Spirit guides, help me to deliver. Oh, man. Spirit is telling me to say important. And I'm like, for real? That's what I'm saying, so you hear me pausing. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most important message that I ever delivered on this platform tonight. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Well, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm so glad they didn't fall on the floor. But I got to pull them the way that they came out. The first card is your card number 1. Let me move these cards out of the way. Let's not let anything get in the way. We have card number 2. We have card number 3. Number 4. We have card number 5. Card number 6. We have card number 7. Scorpio, I have some bonus cards, but I'm going to put them to the side. We're going to put them to the side, and we're going to come back to them. But when you do a sacred journey spread, it's a 7-card spread. And although I do have some bonus cards over here, we're going to leave them over there for a moment, but I will double back and come back to you. Scorpio, let us begin. The very first card, this is your starting point. And we're starting with temperance. Temperance is the number 14. You have a wish. The number 4 is always to make a wish. The number 14 is all about balance. That goes hand in hand with the cards that we have, letting you know about the journey that you're on. And there's someone here who feels like their world is shifting. And you may not have understood it or knew your place in it, but you belong in it. Never question yourself. This is your power, and you're reclaiming your power. Spirit wants you to balance your energy. The number 14, anytime temperance shows up in a reading, there's someone that may want to reconcile with you, or you may be reconciling with yourself, reclaiming your power. This is harmony within yourself. A lot of times when people don't have an understanding of who they are, they become out of alignment with themselves. Like a car who needs a wheel alignment. You driving that car, and the faster you go, it'll drift off either to the right or the left, depending on the car or the damage to the car. And it can be straightened up. It can come back into alignment when there's balance. The mechanic has to balance the vehicle for you. There is the number 14 we're starting off with, and this is your starting point, coming back into balance with yourself. And I'm going to say your power. You know, in numerology, the number 14 represents the meaning of new beginnings and a positive change, which this is positive. No matter what side you choose to walk on, it's positive. No one can judge you. It's a special compound number made up of 2 individual numbers, the number 1 and also the number 4, each with its own unique symbolism, energy, and potential meaning. The life path number 14 includes confidence. You may have Taurus within your chart because their first card that they started off with was confidence. The number 14 includes confidence, determination. Taurus, their first card, confidence, determination. So you can be connected to a Taurus, or you may have Taurus somewhere within your chart, a whole different set of cards. Leadership, creativity, resourcefulness, charisma, connection to the spiritual world. It's your spiritual calling to have. Listen, some of you may experience glimpses of your previous life. Some of you may have went back on a journey and saw things of the past. You're beginning. But your primary goals are to be a teacher of the constructive use of freedom. No matter what side you stand on, any time that you come into power, you should teach. You should share. You should show. But it should be to someone who is deserving. My children have gifts, but one thing about me, I wasn't a dummy. I wasn't going to teach them everything, but I taught them everything for them to protect themselves along their journey. You'll never get mad at me and take me out. True story. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. So when you come into your power and you decide to teach someone, to help them to open up their energies, make sure it's someone that you trust. The person that I taught, I trust them. That I never have to come into battle with them. Even if we stop talking tomorrow, I know that they will cover me as I will cover them on their journey. So this is not someone who I would ever think will cross me, because I know that they will not. So on your journey, it is advised, no matter when, whether it's a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you teach someone, you strengthen the numbers. You don't have to teach 100 people. You teach one who you feel as though that is sacred. And you know that they have special gifts and you can help them to open it. We have first part of your journey. This is the Page of Cups. This is the first part of your journey, the Page of Cups. Now we have the starting point, which is Temperance. Now this is the first part of your journey, which is the Page of Cups. If you are single, Scorpio, you're going to receive news of love. Maybe a love letter, a message, an email, a text, somebody letting you know that I do adore you. You could be the hopeless romantic, but I also see, if you are single, that someone does desire you and does want to be with you. But if you're in a relationship, to your person, they see you as a hopeless romantic, and you see your person in the same way, they see you in the same way, it's equally yoked between you and your person if you are in a relationship. If you are single, Scorpio, there is someone who's coming in quickly. The second part of your journey is the Eight of Pentacles, Scorpio. The second part of your journey is consistent. There's something that you're doing and the universe wants you to be consistent. Don't stop. Keep going, because you are dedicated to whatever this is that you're doing. You are dedicated to what you desire to have. So let's just speak about if you're meditating and if you're trying to call something in, Spirit is saying, don't stop. I see your consistency. I see that you're dedicated and you are mastering. Bring it into fruition. Don't stop. Sometimes people get tired and they're like, ooh, I've been doing something for too long. How much longer? Not much. Sometimes people get to that end and then they're ready to stop. I'm telling you not to stop. Don't stop. Don't mess it up. Let me tell you. We have the number 12. The number 12 is the Hanged Man. And this is your current situation. The number 12. There are 12 months in a year. Let me just tell you that. There are 12 months in a year. This is something that someone has been asking for about a year. The same thing. With the Hangman, you're thinking about letting go of whatever this is that you're asking for. And as I told you, don't let go. Keep holding on. You feel like you're being hanging in limbo, in suspension, and you're just tired of hanging in the same position. Spirit is saying, don't let go. They see your dedication. They see that you're consistent with doing whatever this is that you're doing. Spirit is saying, don't let go. You're right there. You're right there. Your angels are trying to communicate with you anytime that you see any number. But this number 12, the divine forces have something to say to you, Scorpio. Listen, there are significant changes that are happening in your life. You're being called to rise. Reclaim your power. Rise. Reclaim your power. Many of you who have been here at my readings, you've heard me say 1,000 times that there is nothing that I have ever asked for that I did not receive. And it's a true story. It's not me being cocky, but I know that my energy comes from source. There's nothing that I can do without source. I'm always going to say source first. I never mention up here who my deities are, who I pray to, except for one source. And I let you guys know that I am a moon child, that I do connect with the moon. Anything outside of that, I never discuss with you, because you don't need to know all my business like that. I may discuss different experiences that I have dealt with in my life, but I'll never tell you where my energy comes from, because many of us pray to different deities. Many of us only know deities because we've read about them, right? We read about them. And you only know them because now you heard this singer or this rapper pray to this deity, so you're going to jump on the bandwagon. I've never been one of those. I come from a place that I know my beginnings. So I would never share with anybody where my energy comes from, where my powers come from. But I let you know that they don't belong to me. There is a Scorpio who has very real powers. And Spirit is saying that you're thinking about letting go of something that you desire to have, and don't let go. Don't. There were times in my life that I wanted to let go, and I didn't. When I was a little girl, I watched my mother let go. And I couldn't let her let go. So I made a deal. And when I went to make this deal, you know what they said? You don't need to. You love her so much that you were willing to give yourself. And I was, for my mama. It's sad when you see a lot of people making these videos of their parents, these kids, whether it be their mother or their father. Yes, people have been in some fucked up situations. But you don't even know if your parents have also been in fucked up situations. The problem is many people don't even talk. And many people don't even know their history. They don't know anything about their parents, their grandparents, their aunts, their uncles, because they don't talk. People have been through some things, as well as myself. But the one thing you won't hear me do is dog my parents out. I tell you, my daddy wasn't there. When my mother bought her house, she and my dad were married. But damn it, my dad didn't put in one nickel, one dime, one penny, one quarter. My mother did that shit without him. But I'm not going to dog him out because he did the best that he could do with how he knew. His father wasn't the best to him. There are some families who are taught no love. There are some families that are taught love. There are some families that pray together, and there are some families that never even talk about prayer. I'm never going to dog my parents out because they are who they are. They are who they are. I'm never going to dog out anyone that has ever did anything that crossed me because they are who they are. If you hear me telling my story, and if you hear me telling you anything that was done to me, you never hear me go behind it and say, that da-da-da-da-da-da, that da-da-da-da-da-da. I let the universe handle it. And I tell them what I want done, and I sit back and I watch it happen. There's someone that's about to let go of something that they desire to have. And isn't it funny when a person is ready to let go, something comes in to shake the ground? Sometimes when the ground is shaking, you can lose it all. Sometimes when the ground is shaking, you can have it all. There's someone that's hanging in suspense of not knowing if they should let go or keep going. And I'm telling you, don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. We have the number 11, which is justice. Once again, justice is balance. You know, this represents the planet Venus. So if anyone here that's a Scorpio and you're connected with the planet Venus, or if you're connected to a Libra, right, then let's talk about this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your fifth card, we're almost there. This is the next step on your journey. As long as you don't let go. If you don't let go, this is the next step on your journey. This is the number 11. Many of you are connected to that number 11, right? Because as soon as y'all learn a new number, y'all be like, 11, 11. 11, 11 is a lifetime. Y'all be on that stuff, right? But you got to get with numbers that you connect with. But I call out all these numbers, but connect to a number, not to be on a bandwagon, but connect to a number that you feel energetically connected to. But the number 11 is a cause and effect. I told you, if you let go, you may lose it all. If you hold on, you may gain it all. The number 11 is balance. What is the very first card that you started off with? What was your starting point, Scorpio? The number 14, which represents balance. Here we are at the number 11, which represents balance. The cause and effect. Anything you do, there's going to be a cause and an effect. But there's some karmic justice that comes into play with this justice card, with this Libra card. You see, the number 11 is a message from your angels concerning your soul mission or greater life purpose. When the angels send you a message containing this master number 11, they are sending you inspiration and encouragement not to let go. Don't let go. Do not let go. They're sending you this encouragement to develop your abilities in ways that will help yourself and the people around you. Angel number 11 symbolizes the principles of spiritual enlightenment, which we see and which we saw at the beginning. There's someone who is spiritually awakened. You woke. Let me just tell you, you are woke. And it is also a reminder from your angels that you have come to this physical world from the realm of spirit. So if the angel number 1 is all about leadership, optimism, positivity, and taking the initiative, then this master number 11 multiplied these attributes to a higher power. Call your power back to you. The number 11 represents a transmutation of your personal power to a more spiritual level. When a person has power, it's up to you on how you use it. You can walk over here and there's no right or wrong, and you can walk over there and there's no right or wrong. But always understand there's a cause and an effect. Use your gifts wisely. Let me tell you. The number 6 card that we have, a pleasant surprise. Now, this is the Ace of Cups. Isn't that a pleasant surprise, Scorpio? This is the Ace of Cups. Listen, who doesn't want the Ace of Cups in a reading? And this is a pleasant surprise. If you are single, Scorpio, this is true love that's coming in, as we saw right here with the second card. The first part of your journey, that there's someone that was going to send you a message of love. Let me tell you, here we are, a pleasant surprise. This person may have shown up already or is about to show up within a week or 2. But this is true love. And if you're in a relationship currently, Scorpio, the Ace of Cups is true love. It's romance. But it also teaches you to love thyself. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Thank you so much. I saw you. Thank you. The number 7 card is the final destination. Listen, the 3 of Swords, the final destination. And I know you're like, oh my goodness. You've experienced heartbreak already. You've experienced sorrow, whether it be through a breakup, a bad relationship, a family member crossing over, you not speaking to someone, and betrayals. You've experienced all of that. The end. The end, Scorpio. The end. Let me tell you something. At the bottom of the deck, Scorpio, if you are in a relationship, there's someone here that's in a twin flame relationship. If you're in a relationship, you're in a twin flame relationship, and that relationship is growing. There's a lot of ascension here. Listen, it's divine. It's a soul contract. If you are single, Scorpio, the person that you are going to meet is going to be your twin flame. But let me just say this to my Scorpios. There are situations where something or someone feels like a twin flame, and they could be a karmic twin flame. True story. Be careful, but always know that your soul will know. We have some bonus cards, and I'm going to take them in the way that they came. I didn't want this to be a long reading, so I'm going to try to get through these bonus cards as quickly as I can in the order that they did come out. We have the 10 of Wands as a bonus card, Scorpio. A 10 of Wands. You saw me almost drop that card, right? That's very rare. Burdens are being lifted. You've struggled a lot. You have been overextending yourself to people. It could be to family, friends, or even a lover. Your struggles are over. They're done. Endings bring new beginnings. Ask me how I know. Because with this bonus card, you have the star, the number 17, which is another beautiful card to have, the number 17, a wish. Make a wish. You received the number 4. That's already one wish. We have the star here itself. That's another wish. Make a wish. When you make a wish, you must, and thank you so much. I just received a star myself. Thank you. But when you make a wish, you must believe, you must trust, you must have faith. And some of you are going to ask for healing when you make your wish. True story. Someone here is going to ask for healing when they make their wish. And that's a good thing. Trust me. Listen, I'm always saying to the universe, ooh, let me hold on to my strength. Let me hold on, right? And when I feel myself coming out of self, I'll tell my husband something don't feel right. I'm becoming unhinged, right? Especially if it's somebody that makes me mad. Like, ooh, if you knew how I have to hold myself back from situations because of the way I love. But when you hold back, you hurt yourself too. So it's like a catch-22 situation. True story. People don't know how favorable it is when I'm able to stay in alignment with myself. Oh man. The number 17, let me tell you. Once again, Taurus received this same number, the number 17. This is the star. I used a whole different deck with them, but the number 17, there's someone here that's looking in the wrong places for love, especially if you're single. You're looking in the wrong places for love because the love is right here. So that's where this healing comes from. Healing from within. Before you think about trying to give love to someone else, because that's a dangerous recipe for a breakup. Trying to make yourself fit or trying to make them fit with you is dangerous, right? It never lasts forever. But let me tell you, thank you so much. I saw you. The number 17 is make a wish. And I always tell people, never make your wish here. You don't want to make your wish here. So you have 2 wishes on the board, Scorpio. When you make this wish, all you have to do is believe, trust, have faith, and ask for healing. You don't have to make a wish for healing. Just ask the universe that anything that you have ever been through, the betrayal, that you are healed from it. It's never going to go away, but it gets easier, let me tell you, to deal with. It doesn't control you. We have the Queen of Wands as another card, a bonus. The Queen of Wands is someone, male or female, that is self-assured. They know who they are. And most Scorpios know who they are. Strong, stubborn, pig-headed people. I'm just saying, right? But you know who you are. You know your strength and you're vibrant. People adore you. People admire you. People love you. And with that kind of love, guess what happens? Jealousy. So be careful. Be careful. Because with that kind of power that you possess, people are also envious and jealous. We have the number 5, which is the Hierophant. This is the number 5 card, right? As a bonus card as well. And with the number 5, this is spiritual wisdom. Once again, there is someone here who is woke. As many of you like to say, I'm woke. My eyes are open, right? But this is someone who believes in what they believe in, and you don't listen or adhere to anyone. Scorpio, that's you any damn way. You listen to people's opinions, but you make up your own at the end of the day. But that's a skill. That's a tool. It's a tool because you know your strength and you know that you're always going to make the right decision for you, no matter what anyone says. The number 5, according to numerology, symbolizes freedom. When you are spiritually awakened, that's freedom. Freedom of the mind, freedom from the world around you, freedom from negativity, caring about what another person says or does. You're free. You're free from the realm that you live in, and you understand that you hold a power that moves mountains. You hold a power of knowing that all things are possible and that you can make them happen. You're curious about change, and you're about to change a lot of things, Scorpio. You have a dying desire to go on adventures, new adventures, to do things that you've never done before, to go places that you have never gone before. You want to explore the new. But most importantly, you want to explore your power. Hold your horses. I told you with having this power, you got to go through a simulation of things. You need to know how strong you are in this world. And the beauty of you enjoy embracing change. You enjoy the transformation of your life as long as it takes you higher. So you going through these tests that you're going to have to go through with this spiritual awakening, welcome. Welcome. For some, it's easy, and for others, it's not. Let me tell you, my journey wasn't easy. Ooh, it wasn't easy. I would be lying if I told you that it was. And some of those tests, I had my mama, I had my aunts, I had my grandfather, I had a team. And some people take this journey alone. I remember when one of my daughters was going through it, excuse me, and they came to me and was like, this happened to me, this happened to me. I'm like, no. Maybe you were imagining it. And on one end, I'm saying, she's not ready. I want her to be a child. And then I could do that, but for so long. And then one day, the same child came again. And I said, okay, let me tell you, you're a very special little girl. You can't ever tell anyone, you can't share anything, but with me and your grandma, not even your siblings. I said, you're going to go through some things. And I had a conversation with this daughter the other day. And I said, you know, when you have children, are you going to let me teach your children spirituality? And she said, no. I said, why? She said, because what you did to me was horrible. I said, I tried to protect you from this world. And she said, I will let you teach them if you don't teach them the way you taught me. Let them go through everything they need to go through. And I said, okay. I did. I tried to protect each and every one of my children because I wanted them to be children, and I didn't want them to deal with the consistency of seeing a world beyond the world that they lived in. Some people go mad having gifts, spiritual gifts. Some people go crazy. And some people stand strong. I have never met a Scorpio that went crazy. Let me tell you that. We have the 6 of Wands. This is victory. Scorpio, this is victory, the 6 of Wands. You will be victorious. And you probably are right now anyway, right? But you're going to receive a lot of public recognition. You know, and you can just smile. Because many of you take the back seat and you don't pump yourself like that. It's okay to have pride and just be like, I know that's right. You know, when people say, Oh, you did this, you did that, you said this, you said that, you hit this on the spot. I'd be like, I know that's right. Because guess what? My father taught me. He said it's a poor fish that doesn't praise his or her own pond. And what that means is if you don't love yourself and acknowledge your accolades, who else will? So my father said there was nothing wrong with being prideful. You have a lot of pride, and there's nothing wrong with it. See, people who don't have pride within self, they'll say you're arrogant. And Scorpios, you do the most. You do a lot, and you take the back seat, not wanting to be in the front seat. And even the work you did, you allow others to take credit for your work. Spirit is saying, no more. Stand where you belong, and that's at your throne. We have, as another bonus card and your last bonus card, the Four of Cups. There's someone here who feels like they missed an opportunity. And you see the heart. It could be a person you feel like within a relationship that you missed an opportunity with someone. But always remember this. If you love something, you set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. And if it doesn't, it never was. There's no such thing as a loss. If it's yours, it will always be meant to be. Trust me. It will always be meant to be. Trust me. This is a Scorpio reading. And I send to you nothing but love and light. And Scorpios, I'm happy for you or whomever claims this reading. And welcome. I want to say welcome no matter what side you choose to stand on. Welcome to this world. It's not an easy world, let me tell you. Sometimes even I wake up with nightmares. Sometimes I wake up screaming my husband's name. It's not easy. And this world is different. It's enjoyable because you get to see, you get to help others, you get to protect. But on the flip side, like I told you, some people end up going crazy. And if I didn't have the proper support around me, I ain't gonna front. I might be wearing that white coat that you can't get out of. You know what I'm saying? But I do. Even if I'm working on a case or if I'm, other root workers, when you do work for people, trust me, there people be trying to come at you to stop you, so you battle with them. And it don't always be easy. But I ain't never lose. Let me tell you, I never lost. I got a great team. But sometimes I feel the impact. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I feel the impact so much that I wake up out of my sleep screaming like, what just happened? That they were able to touch me like that. Now I got to double back and come harder. Yeah, but welcome. Because you're about to be in a ride for your life. But you get to pick. You're welcome. I saw you. You can be over here or you can be over there. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. I thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I know my readings are long. Listen, sometimes I tell people, just come back. You know what I mean? Listen to the first 30 and then come back the next 30, whatever the case may be. But these are for free. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not going to tell you to listen to half of the reading and pay me $5 to listen to the other half. I don't do that. Whatever my spiritual team tells me to give you, I'm giving you. Welcome. 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 That's all I can say is welcome. But you're about to be in for a ride of your life. Don't give up. No matter what you see, no matter what you feel, don't give up. And there's no right or wrong. Remember that. You never have to tell a person what team you picked, what side you wanted to be on. But always remember, you're welcome, dear. Always remember, you always have to pay a price. You always have to pay a price, depending on what side you pick. And that's a true story. Congratulations. I do say congratulations because to be able to see, it's a beautiful thing. To be able to hear, it's a beautiful thing. To be nosy like that. I'm nosy. They gave the right gifts to someone. I'll be all up in it. I'll be all up in it. Let me tell you, I'm all in. I'm nosy like that. But congratulations. It's a different world. But welcome. That's all I can say. The only advice, and I don't give advice, no matter where you go on your journey, your spiritual journey, with someone being awake, come back. No matter what you see, no matter what you feel, sometimes things can feel really good. No matter what you see, that means no matter what you're shown, no matter what you feel, no matter what you taste, come back. There's a difference. There's this realm, and there's a realm, many of them, that are going to be so enticing. And some of them are not. But no matter where you go on your journey, any test that you have to go through, always remember to come back. Be present. Be present. Be present with the mind. Always stand in your strength, plain and simple. But I am Empress Real 1584. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for your time. Time is something that we don't get back. Thank you. Yes, y'all see me rocking the wig on top of my bald head. You know, I will be back all tomorrow, you know. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations once again. Congratulations. Congratulations, plain and simple. That's all I could say. I wish I could have did things differently with my children. I tried to protect as long as I could. As long as I could. And the more I tried to protect, my mom was like, stop it. You experienced it. You went through it. Let them be. And my mother would challenge my kids. And I'd be like, Mom, stop. I didn't ask for this. And they didn't either. Let them be kids. And I didn't want to take their childhood away from them. But when I see them at work, I'm the proudest mom in the world. Because I have a go-to. Many of us have a go-to. And mine is my go-to. I'm like, yo, tell me what you see. What you hearing, what's going on around me. Because many of us can't see for ourselves. But thank you for the gifts. This video will be posted, I would say tonight, but I'd be lying. Tomorrow morning, it'll be posted on my YouTube, Taurus. I'm going to work on that tonight, being that that was my first reading, but I can't do them both. I'll be tired as heck. But I will get Taurus up tonight, and Scorpio will be up tomorrow. I send to you guys nothing but love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you.